and there are kind of intricacies to the water physics. If you only tap A as you're going through the water, then you'll do a taller jump. But if you hold down A, then you'll actually do a shorter jump. And there are, even though you might not have ever known that just from casual play, but it makes a huge difference in your ability to control your character in a speedrun. These little kind of currents that speed you along and slow you down, it feels like you should be able to control and gain some speed in there, but for the most part, you really can't. It's actually just kind of static the way it speeds you up and then slows you down immediately after. So Darbian does have a significant lead. Andrew G very close behind, both of them with Fire Flower, and Cosmic staying very loyal with his small Mario strats. Oh. As we head into 2-3, there are these flying cheeps, which can be very, very annoying. There are some patterns where you need to slow down. Ooh, Darbian almost gets hit. There are some patterns where you need to slow down, but they're just going to be kind of reacting to what they see. Sometimes you can kind of get lucky with a fire shot, but basically you really just have to react. And slow down if you need to, but otherwise just run along and hope for the best. Andrew with some, oh, the swag shot there. Very, very solid. So we're headed into the next Bowser level here. Now, these beginning fire bars are actually never, ever a problem. So you're going to just see them kind of run right through, and they'll know exactly where these fire bars are. And as they go through, they're going to do this duck jump. Andrew's going to do it right now. If you mess that up, it is pretty much a definite death, but they've both manipulated 2-4 perfectly. And, oh no! We'll see if Andrew kind of refreshes his Fire Flower or if he's going to keep going along with Small Mario. Meanwhile, Cosmic actually doesn't have to deal with those crouch jumps. So there are these small periods where you don't have to really worry as Small Mario. So we're headed into 3-1 now. Now here is where I want to take the time to explain one of the most important parts about speedrunning this game. It's called the frame rule. The best way to explain this is that imagine at the end of every Mario level, there is a bus waiting to take Mario to the next level. Now this departs the station, or the end of the level, every 21 frames. So if you miss this bus by 1 frame, you have to wait another 20 frames for the bus to actually leave. Whereas if you make the bus right at 1 frame immediately before it leaves, you've barely saved that frame rule. You've barely saved that. Those 21 frames equate to 1/3 of a second. So these 1/3 of seconds add up, especially when you're speedrunning and going for the record. And even in a run like this, these little additions do add up, absolutely. So they're all in 3-2 right now. Darbian finishing it up, Andrew halfway through, closing it out, and then Cosmic in the middle as well. So as we go into 3-3, this is a bit of a funny thing. So Darbian tells me, I was asking him to explain this game to me. Darbian tells me that the music of this level was programmed to kind of go along with when you collect the coins. This sounded really fishy to me, so I asked him if I could get a source on that, and Darbian says, I'll try to give my best Darbian impression. Darbian says, no, you can't. Community consensus. And that's all I had to go off of. Community consensus? Yeah, okay. So in 3-4, I want to talk about why the frame rules do matter. When you're going for a run, you're going to be performing so well that you know exactly what frame rule you're on. You know if you're 1/3 behind, if you're 2/3 of a second behind, a full second behind, you know all of these little things. And so you know all luck in this game is dependent on when you enter a particular level. So if you know what frame rule you're on headed into 3-4,